Hello everyone, Ryman9189 the Doctor here again to talk to you about Luadimension Neptunia. Been a while, hasn't it? But no, I am not dead, and neither is this project. And, just a quick note, I do have a list of changes here in front of me. Usually I try to keep to pretty good video etiquette and not actually read things to you and, know what I'm talking about beforehand, but I do have a list here that I can read off of just because I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. So let's get right off with the menu. It looks pretty good here, in my opinion. Um, it's all colorful and whatnot. So let's show you the new characters. Going to go to the completion stats here. I've just made these red temporarily because they're unobtainable at the moment. But down here you can see Noire, Uni, and NISA have joined the party. Let's see. There is now an indicator for if you hit the adventure button, but the adventure that would be loaded does not exist. So if I just go over here and hit adventure, sorry, it doesn't exist. Also, during dialogue, the character names have been indented and turned into their color to make reading easier. So if I just go to interact and say, I don't know, Neptune, there you go, indented and colorful. So as I'm sure you've seen, the main menu is colorful. I also reordered it for better organizing, and your stats up here will change based on your character, and right here will change based on your location. So if I switch character to Noire, you can see that it has changed theme. And if I travel, transport bus, land travel machinery, clean box, hey, location changed color. So yeah, that works. I've also added a mini menu, which is one of the new options to reduce the length of the main menu by moving various commands over there. So, yep, here's the mini menu. You can use any key that's not here to exit it, but you can review the tutorial. Oh, there's a tutorial now. Yeah, that's cool. You can review the prologue that moved here. Set home is a new function. Backup and restore saves are new functions, and you can reset the game progress if you want. So yeah, let's see. I do have a home currently set. Going home is actually on the main menu. So, and while I'm on the main menu here, you can see the travel function. Wait, no, that's wrong. Change landmass. Change landmass here. Because I am at a transport bus, change landmass has been added to the main menu. So if I go somewhere else, you can see it's not there. But if I go to transport bus, I can change landmass directly from the main menu, which is pretty cool. And if you try to go to the environment and use land travel machinery like it worked before, that is still an option. So if I hit H to go home, you'll be going to your home at where it is. Are you sure? Yes. And we can go right there. And it will have a little H here to indicate that you are at your home. So I've completely rewritten how it tracks your projects to use an objective system. Did I say projects? I meant progress. Okay, how it tracks your progress. So here we have change current objective. And these are the objectives I have. Please choose one to switch to. Current is that. And if you don't pick anything, it'll stay at your current. Whoops. That's not O, that's 0. Okay, so let's see. More about that system. It will tell you if you hit adventure and you're supposed to trigger it for the environment rather than hitting the adventure key. I don't have an example of that prepared, sorry. But yes, it does display here. Active task, the name of it, and this is how many tasks you have available to you. So if I just go back here, I can prove 1, 2, there are 2. Also, I'm not sure if any of you picked up on this, but before you had to be Neptune in order to advance the story, but now that I track it through objectives, you don't have to be Neptune to advance the story anymore, which is very nice. So, if an objective is supposed to be updated through the environment, it will update if you fulfill the environment requirement without having it as the active task. So you only need to have tasks that require you to hit the adventure button as your active task in order to advance them. It will be totally okay with you advancing a non-active task through the environment. I hope that I explained that adequately. So I've removed the Boolean. Boolean is kind of a coding thing, it means true or false, but yes, I removed the Boolean to say if you finish the game from the main menu, because you should know if you have. I've also reformatted your location, which you've probably seen, to be name of the land, comma, where you are specifically, so it doesn't take up 2 lines, because as you can see, the menu is getting a little bit long. I also, if we go over to interactions, I have made a good reaction out of someone slightly less likely. I won't actually be able to show that here because it's just a percentage thing, but yeah, it's a little less likely. So if you're in the wrong place, it used to give a notification that adventure happens at location, but I've changed that to adventure happens elsewhere to kind of add to the interest/difficulty, but it will still say if you're on the completely wrong land. So if you're here in Planeptune, you're supposed to be in Lastation, it'll say, hey, that happens in Lastation. So yeah, I've also completely changed how Lily ranks work. So if we go over to Lily score check, you can see that rather than showing a big hodgepodge of all of them, it says whose Lily ranks would you like to see? And say we just pick Vert here, it will show Vert's Lily ranks with everyone, and the color thing totally still works, so that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's about it. The backup and restore save stuff is pretty cool. You get your current progress, obviously, and you can make one backup, only one. If you make another one, it will overwrite it. And you can restore to that backup at any time. And tab resets completely, except for your ending stats. So basically, if you finish the game, you can go to the menu and hit tab, and if you accidentally hit tab, there's definitely a little thing here that tells you. But, yeah, so you can go back to the beginning of the game and remember what endings you've gotten. However, if you restore a save file, all of your progress since that will be forgotten. So if you've just finished the game and you want to go back to your save, it won't remember that you just finished the game. So, yeah, I believe that's about it. I guess I'll just talk a little bit about bug fixes that I've done, and that'll be that. So, the completion page here that shows you what characters you have no longer, quote, forgets that you have a character if they've, say, transformed. So now that I have White Sister Ram here, if I go to the completion stats, before Ram would be white because she's White Sister now, but it figured that out. So, excuse me. If we go over back to the interact page here, if you look at the list, you can see that Ram herself is no longer on it. The list before used to include the character that you are, but I've worked around that. And also, it no longer lets you choose a character that does not exist. That was a problem. It would let you do that before. I also fixed a number of story event triggering errors. So, because we have the objective system now, that helped fix the ability to trigger some things early and or skip things. And also, I did have a little problem with an oversight with the objectives, but I fixed that. So one of them was triggered through the environment, and you could keep triggering it by going back to that environment thing. So yeah. using a function key, so like holding function and hitting say F12, that no longer breaks it. As you can see, it's an unknown key. I'm not really sure what makes that different from, you know, function plus, but whatever. Just a weird thing with the game engine. And I also fixed the bug where your save would corrupt if you achieved the bad ending while playing as certain characters. So yeah. Also, some known bugs that are not fixed, I guess I'll address these. Attempting to interact with a transformed CPU causes an error. So if I transform here, you can see that interact is not an option. However, I can switch character to, say, vert, and then interact with the transformed CPU. That fails because the transformed CPUs are counted as different characters, and because they have different personalities, I want them to have their own sets of lines, but the aforementioned sets of lines have not been written yet, so that's the error there. And the wrong text will be used if any two characters have the same feeling that they can generate during an interact request. So see how Vert can feel cuddly? No other character can be programmed to feel cuddly, or else they would use Vert's lines. And the reason is an issue with the way the script resolves what dialogue to use. It uses the feeling to resolve what people should say. So, yeah, that's the issue. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry about the long wait, but life kind of caught up to me. It was mostly with school stuff, and I'm just getting over a sickness, so I'm sorry if I sound kind of blah. But I was really eager to record this, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. If you're waiting on a release of this, the plan is to release it once the alright and true ends are actually obtainable. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I may have said that like 3 times. I'm sorry. See you next time.